Crypto noobs. Oh, it's so nice out today. It's like 50 today here in Michigan. We still have snow on the ground. I got my Bitcoin hat on. Wait, what? Oh, anyway. So, turns out I was wrong about Bitcoin. Looks like the markets are going to crash. Bitcoin's going to zero. Space aliens are going to invade. My dogs ran off with cats. It's over. I called McDonald's and I asked if I could get my job back as a cashier, and they said no, because you flipped everybody off when you ran out of the restaurant or the store last year shouting Bitcoin at the top of your lungs. They won't hear me back. So the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, they signed it on Thursday. I had several friends ask about it. I said, it's a nothing burger. I mean, or at least you'd think it might be a nothing burger. And then they were going to have the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve meeting the next day, and they just hand-waved. They didn't do crap, right? People are calling, they're upset. Bitcoin's crashing. It's going to zero. Well, you know what? In reality, it was a great thing what they did. Why? Number one, they didn't show their hand, right? They didn't say, we're going to start accumulating 1 million Bitcoin, because if they do that, then China and Russia and all the other countries and other continents around the world are going to start accumulating Bitcoin, and they might front run us. So if you say, we're going to keep the 200,000 Bitcoin we own, and we're not going to use taxpayer money to buy more Bitcoin, and people look at it and go, oh shit, this is bad. Bitcoin, it's going to zero. Well, no, it's not going to zero, because what they didn't say was, we can take other commodities and liquidate other commodities and buy Bitcoin. Like, we can sell some of the gold we have in our strategic reserve and shift it to Bitcoin. We can sell oil. We can sell any commodity and shift it to Bitcoin. Hello, Leon. And I think that's what they're going to do. But I think it was a great idea to say we're just going to keep what we already have. We said they think they have about 200,000 Bitcoin. Well, if you look at the numbers, China only has about 50,000 less Bitcoin than we do. What kind of hat you have on? This hat's too hot, but I don't want to burn my head in the sun. There are a lot of countries that have a significant amount of Bitcoin, but they just don't apparently have as many as the United States. I don't know if we have 200,000. They say we do, but they're gonna review it and see what we actually own. I wouldn't be surprised if we own less than that. So for the long term, I think this is a great move to announce the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve. It's the first country in history to do it, right? We're going to have our own reserve. All these laws that all these lawsuits they had against different cryptocurrency organizations, they basically shut them all down. Howard Lutnick, who's CEO of Cantor Fitzgerald, he's on the board. He owns millions of dollars in Bitcoin. David Sachs owns millions of dollars in Bitcoin. Donald Trump's World Coin Organization, whatever it's called, I don't pay attention to it. They own $10 million in wrapped Bitcoin, which it's not Bitcoin, but it's the same thing, right? You send your Bitcoin to someone who custodies it, and they issue you wrapped Bitcoin so you can buy and trade on the ERC20 network, which is the shit network. Solana is sitting on $135, and they were talking about, we might add Solana to the reserve, we might add Ripple, we might add Cardano, Ripple, garbage, absolute trash. Solana is destroying all the other blockchains. They lead every blockchain. It's not even close in the number of developers, number of people using it. The transactions cost a quarter, 25 10,000ths of a penny. They're absolutely annihilating everyone. The only thing they're losing on is Ether has a larger market cap. That's just because Ether's been around for a while. They're eating up Ether's market cap. In fact, I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to say that in the next 10 years, Ethereum is going to disappear and Solana is going to be the blockchain. I think Ethereum is kind of like the Yahoo of the 80s, 90s, and Solana is the Google of the 2000s. I think Solana is going to destroy it. So I think Solana is going to go to 500 this round, this bull market, maybe more. I think Bitcoin is going to go to 200,000 by the end of the year. All they have to do is just throw some more liquidity in the market. They've been injecting liquidity into the market. For every 100 basis points that they reduce the interest rates, you get about $100 billion liquidity injection, meaning that $100 billion of money is going to be borrowed for people to start new businesses, to hire new employees, do what they need to do. So if the Fed will get off of his ass and he'll lower interest rates a quarter of a point, I think the economy will start moving like crazy. More people are going to buy Bitcoin, and I think you're going to see Bitcoin hit 200,000. Now, if you're a retail investor, do not sell your Bitcoin. Do not let these organizations scare you out of your Bitcoin. I've been through many of these cycles. The whole theme is that the JP Morgans, the BlackRocks, they want to scare people out of their Bitcoin so that they can buy them up. The whales are not selling. The only people who are selling right now are retail investors. And one really good piece of advice I give you is do not leverage trade. I've already said this before. You get online, you watch these YouTubers, and they're like, go to Bitfinex, go to BitMEX, use my name to sign up, get your account and get a $500 bonus and leverage a trade up to 5x. No, these people are idiots. Do not take your hard-earned Bitcoin and go to the casino, because that's what you're doing. If you take your Bitcoin, you go to the casino, you lose your Bitcoin, you're starting all over again. If you want, you can borrow against your Bitcoin. You can go to Ledn.io, which is where I go, and you can deposit your Bitcoin, and then it'll let you borrow up to half of it. So I think that's, if you want to try and increase your Bitcoin holdings, you're going to borrow against it. What's up, buddy? You don't want to be on my video? Well, come on out in a minute. My oldest son is 16, and he just got out of bed, and it's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. What the hell is up with this generation? I remember going to bed at like midnight and getting up 6 o'clock every morning. Matter of fact, I still do that. I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, went to bed last night at midnight. It's such a waste of life to sleep 12 hours a day. But I guess teenagers need more sleep today because they're weaker than we used to be when we were kids. But anyway, I would take loans against my Bitcoin. I can't give financial advice, but if I didn't have as many Bitcoins as I did right now, I would mortgage my house. I'd sell my children.
No.
I'd do whatever I have to do to be able to buy more Bitcoin. Because ultimately what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a legacy for our children. Right? That's really it. So they can go out and buy new cars and get hot girlfriends and piss away all the money we've earned for them. But anyway, you can go to Ledn.io, Ledn.io, and you can deposit your Bitcoin and borrow up to half of it. I did that for half of my Bitcoin. I've lent out to Ledn, and I borrowed half against it, and I bought more Bitcoin around 83,000 today, 83 and a half. My dollar cost average, sorry, most of my Bitcoin I got for under $100. I just decided to do this just for fun because I want to own more Bitcoin. I don't know what I'm thinking, but I think Bitcoin's going to it's going to wink. Jeez, it could wick down another 10,000 before it finally makes it run. And if it does wick down, what's happening is these whales, they're shorting Bitcoin to get all these people who leverage traded to knock them out of their leverage trades, right? It's easy to do. If you're 3, 4, 5, or 10x your leverage trade, Bitcoin doesn't have to drop that much for you to get called out, for you to lose your Bitcoin, and that just lets the whales buy up your Bitcoin. Don't gamble with your Bitcoin. God, it's so hard to accumulate Bitcoin right now. Do not I don't care if you have $100 in Bitcoin, don't throw it away. Don't waste it on gambling. I think Solana is going to be 500 this run. I think Bitcoin's going to run well over 200,000 this year, depending on what happens with the markets. If there's a black swan event, if Trump gets us out of the war with Russia and the Ukraine, and they settle down a little bit on the tariffs. I don't mind tariffs. I think they're good. I think that the economy could come storming back, and we're going to see a crazy-ass run in the stock market, crazy-ass run in Bitcoin. We're all going to make a lot of money this year. So I'm going to try and start making more videos. It's just everybody's saying the same thing. It's just boring, and there are a lot better-looking people on the internet than me. So if I found a hot chick who said the same thing that I was saying, I wouldn't pay attention to my channel. Anyway, you guys, if you like it, subscribe to it. I'm going to start doing some numbers, some putting together in my office right now. I'm going to start talking about statistics and things that are important to most people. It's important to most people because I love numbers. But anyway, I just rambled on. I hope it wasn't too much. I'm burning up right now in the sun. It's so warm out here. Crypto Noobs, we're going to have a bonfire today. Make some steaks for dinner. Sit around and think about Bitcoin all day long like I normally do. Wake up 6 times a night, check the market. I don't know why I do that. I'm going to watch Solana. I might buy some more Solana. And then start thinking about what I'm going to do for my next video. Anyway, Crypto Noobs, you guys have a Crypto Noob day. Go have a bonfire. Drink a few beers. I don't drink. Or do whatever it is that you do. And I will be talking to you soon. I'm out.